Hi Thomas, been a while, which is cool. Back to me explaining how to do things on video. And if you want to share this video with anybody else in your class, that is absolutely fine. You had an email that you sent me a long time ago, and it was, why do we have to take COM? And it's a great question. The government says so, and I know that that is kind of a silly answer, but it is a mandatory course for graduation. Alberta Ed says they're trying to get everybody to a level of understanding on certain topics, including financial, including careers. And it's kind of funny because the ones that get it, they get it really well. And the ones that aren't ready to get it yet, probably the course might help them, it might not. Hopefully it does, which is the goal. We'll see. As curriculum gets redesigned here over the next couple of years, they may change this. But it is what it is right now, and they're mandatory outcomes for graduation. So we're doing our absolute best with it and trying to make it something where at least you learn some different tech skills and you learn some different places on the internet that even if it doesn't make sense now, it might make sense in a few years. So, financial plan project. Two different ways of doing this. I'm going to share a second document with you as well that is kind of it can be printed out and it's very step-by-step if you want to fill in the blanks kind of thing. Or you can do it as a Google slideshow. So basically your Google slideshow has each of these sections. So you'd go, let's do it, right? Google slideshow, new, slides. And I might call it my financial plan. Oh, yeah, let's do that in the middle. My financial plan. You'll see that there's new templates since you took the Google course. I don't know, pretty exciting stuff. I should capitalize things. Because, I'm a teacher. Should actually do that sort of stuff. Since I'd harass you guys too. All right. There we go. That one looks like green like money. And there's basically different sections. And for each section, you make one or two slides. So let's say section A. And go back to my doc. That's the wrong one. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right, I'm going to move these tabs over so it's right beside. So your resources. All right, so I'm going to call it resources. And I'm going to add a slide. And I'm going to go back. And it says, all right, so I have to have big picture. So I have to have my 5-year plan. All right, that's not too bad. So I have to have some slides on, and these are some resources that help you figure it out. So consider your previous work you've done the course, and this 3 of your resources. So 3 things you're really good at, 3 things that you bring to the table. Maybe it's teamwork, maybe it's tech skill, maybe it's cooperation, maybe it's collaboration, maybe it's focus, maybe it's time management. Awesome. And then 5-year plan. So I'm going to have one called My Resources, and then I'm going to have one called My 5-year plan. And then I'd fill those in. Cool. So then I would go, let's change apply layout. Let's go section B. Section B. All right. Your income. All right. So I called this one resources. So I'm going to call this one income. You have a job right now. Do you do this? So I have to make gross pay, net pay, income tax, CPP, EIO, payroll taxes. So I have to make a couple of slides. So I should make a slide defining these things. Cool. So for each section, you just have to show me, or show Mrs. Audio in this case. Ms. Audio, pardon. I'm going to say definitions. You have to show your knowledge in each section. All right, calculating gross pay. So each one of these, a net pay. So I have these different terms, and then I'm going to make one about gross pay. So with this, you can use your paycheck, or you can use a fake one. Gross pay, net pay. If you have a job, you can use yours. If you don't have a job, you can use other ones. So it's looking at the difference between gross pay, net pay, and what EI, CPP, federal income tax, and provincial income tax look like coming off a paycheck. These are important things because it starts to really hurt the more money you make. So it's It's important to know those deductions. So the really good things that help in life. Section C, personal budget. See where I'm going with this? So I'm going to move this one down. So section C, personal budget. So you build a Google slideshow as it goes. That's not too bad. And you fill in all the different pieces, and by the time you're done, you have a whole Google slideshow that's your whole financial plan. See how this works? So it goes through all these different steps. So I got you to C, and then there's D, and then there's E, and then there's F, and then there's G. So it's not too bad. But it is a big part of your grade, so it is meaning to take some time. It is kind of an overview of the financial section. Now, I said there was another option, and that is this. So basically what I've done is I've broken it down so that there's questions for each one. So instead of doing a slideshow, you'd kind of type in each one. So what I'll do is I'll send a copy of that. I'm going to CC Ms. Audio on this as well, so she has a chance to share it with other people. And see there, it kind of breaks it down what each of these things are. So there's two options. You can build the Google slideshow, or you can do it on the doc. Hopefully that helps clear it up.